A nice clearing pass by the Florida State goalie, but again, the ball handled at midfield, turned over to the Virginia Tech midfield. Sophomore Dan Goodermuth will bring the ball in from the wing. And we've got a flag down on the wing. Florida State again is going to man down for a slash. Virginia Tech attacker doing a great job controlling the ball and maintaining possession.
The ref ran out of flag. We threw up his hat.
That's going to be 3 penalties, folks. That's 2 flags and a hat. I don't want to tell you what goes next after he runs out of those 3 items.
Either. It looks like number 30 for Florida State and number 25. 30, Frankie Vignon. And 25 is Eric Campbell.
I think actually all of those penalties, Sita, were on one player.
Oh, were they? All right, well then I guess number 30.
I believe Frankie Vignon is going to be sitting in the box for 3 minutes because it looks like Florida State's only 1 man down for a good long time.
3 minutes, that's not going to help them out very much.
At least one of those penalties is unreleasable. And the Hokies again starting a 1-3, rotating a man behind. I'm sorry, 3-3, rotating a man behind into a 3-2-1. They cut down into a 2-3-1. And a real nice ball movement by the Hokies. Pass going from number 22, Kevin Hayden, again to Matt Gianelli. The Hokie goal. That makes it 13-4. Virginia Tech at the 13:05 mark of the 4th quarter.
Assisted by 22, Kevin Hayden.
Nice work by the Hokies there on the extra man. Hayden finding a wide open Gianelli on the crease for the easy goal. Virginia Tech controls the face-off. And they'll settle the ball down on the wing and sub in the players they want on the field. And we may see Coach Joel Knockless use his bench a little bit here in the 4th quarter as we go along, and get some of his less experienced players a chance to get some minutes in the game and move things along as the game winds down. Great shot on the wing from number 6, Brent Sikora. A bounce shot that beats the goalie over his head and adds insult to injury, with the Hokies going up 14-4.
Hokies really taking advantage of Florida State being down.
Yeah, real nice shot off the wing by Sikora. Florida State really just nobody picked him up, and he was in close enough to with a good enough angle. Took a nice hard shot. Beat Tyler Sullivan high. Florida State controls the faceoff, brings it down on a fast break, but no numbers there, and they'll pull it out and settle their offense. We've got a flag in the play. We're going to have a slash on Virginia Tech on the drive around the cage. And I believe
it was on number 11.
I think that was number 11. Senior defenseman C.J. Babb is going to have a minute in the box for a slash. Once again, we'll see the extra man unit for the Florida State Seminoles. They haven't so far, Salita, gotten a whole lot of good looks on their extra man. Virginia Tech has done a pretty good job harassing the Florida State shooters, and they really haven't had all that many great opportunities on their man up.
Yeah, you're very right. I've noticed number 9 and 4 are very aggressive, especially whenever they're behind the crease. They don't let them get around.
And Garrett German will bring the ball in from the wing, start the possession for the Seminoles. And actually, we are not extra man because that just puts it even at 5 apiece. But in spite of that, number 49, Joey Byrne, drives the ball down the right alley and beats Blakely down low with a shot.
Joey Byrne.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about the Florida State penalty, and we were actually 5-on-5 there, and Byrne just makes a real nice alley dodge, beats Blakely through the 5-hole, and that brings score to 14-5, Virginia Tech. Again, a little needed light at the end of the tunnel, perhaps, for the Seminoles, although down 9 with 11:39 to go is a pretty big hole to climb out of.
Yes, it is. But they definitely look like they're trying to come back from that.
There's a plucky Florida State team that is certainly not given up, and Coach Bill Harkins, I'm sure, will at least be gratified that his kids have not stopped playing.
Definitely, you're very right.
And Virginia Tech controls the ensuing face-off. And again, we have a flag down, and Florida State attackman kind of lost his balance and fell over the field line. The Hokies are going to be extra man for 30 seconds for an offside call here coming up. And wisely, the Florida State attackman, once he's gone offside, he can't make the penalty any worse, so he went down and played defense. Actually did a nice job of stripping the Hokies midfielder to stop the slow whistle. And we'll see once again the extra man for the Virginia Tech Hokies.
FSU offside, 30 seconds. 2 down.
And that's number 6, Garrett German, that'll serve that offside penalty for 30 seconds. Hokies work the ball around the perimeter. Back to X. Again, they'll try and look for that open man on the inside that Florida State has all too often been providing.
Well, it's 4-on-6 right now, so if they stay patient, they should be able to get their shot off.
Hard shot from Kevin Hayden off the wing. Pretty far away from the goal, though, and well wide of the mark. Backed up behind by the Hokies. They'll maintain possession.
And it looks like both of the penalties were just released, so they're even again.
6-on-6, and it's been a while since we've seen that in this game, folks.
Yes, it has.
And there's 12 seconds on the clock. The Hokies will try and get one shot off here before the end of the half. Drive
Where's
to the
10
cage.
minutes?
I'm sorry, that's 10 minutes. The old eyes aren't what they used to be, folks. Nice drive off the wing, shot by the Hokies. Backed up by number 22, Kevin Hayden. Hokies will bring the ball in from the line. And we've got a timeout on the field. With the score, Virginia Tech 14, Florida State 5 with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. You're watching lacrosse live on TV, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here comes Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back, folks, to Ponte Vedra High School. You're watching live men's MCLA Division I lacrosse on Lax TV, sponsored by In Lax We Trust. Listen to the best NCAA D3 lacrosse action on the Lacrosse Radio Network, the home of live lacrosse audio.
Another flag was thrown.
And we've got another flag and a Virginia Tech player down on the field at the same time. And we'll have to wait for the officials here to see what the call is. I didn't see that play away from the ball lead. I don't know if we're going to have a cross check or maybe an illegal body check behind the play. The officials are going to talk about this. Want to make sure they get it right. Good officiating crew here. We've had seen at least two of these officials this weekend in the college games, and been very impressed with the officiating that we've had in the three games that we've seen. I'm sorry, the two games that we've seen so far.
Looks like the flag's thrown on number 25, Eric Campbell. He's a freshman midfielder.
And in keeping with the new emphasis on preventing or minimizing blow to the head, he's going to get a 2-minute non-releasable penalty for an illegal body check to the head. The officials, one point of emphasis this year is to really make sure that they're not letting in those shots to the head go without being penalized, and there's a good example of one right there. So the Hokies will start their extra man. Wheel the ball around the perimeter. Nice job on the Florida State D to get the ball. Throw the ball across midfield. And clear the ball, but again, throw the ball away in their attack area. And it'll be Virginia Tech's ball coming in from the end line. And we've got a timeout on the field. Again with the score. Virginia Tech 14, Florida State 5. You're watching live lacrosse on Lax TV, and we'll be right back after this.
I was like, I like him too.
Harris, 2-3 moves, scores! Here comes the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back, everybody, to Ponte Vedra High School outside Jacksonville, Florida, for this MCLA Division I men's tilt between Florida State and Virginia Tech. Stay tuned after the game for the Head Wraps wrap-up show will be presenting the Bam Shaft Player of the Game. And the Hokies clear the ball into their attack area. They'll swing it up top. Back up top to 42. Joe Rittenhouse, a freshman. And again, I think we're starting to see some fresh players for Joe Knockless' team. Culling off the dogs a little bit here and get some playing time for some less experienced players that maybe haven't seen much. Boy, good look inside. Great feed from up top from Peyton Stone down to Kevin Hayden Sr., number 22, for the goal for the Hokies, which makes it 15-5 at the 7:50 mark of fourth quarter. Just a real nice pass from a midi up top down to the crease. Again, Florida State kind of lost a Virginia Tech player right on the doorstep. Goalie had no chance on that one, folks. Got a ball and a stick of a player 3 yards away from the goalie. I don't like his odds of making that save.
Well,
again,
Florida State come up with the draw control.
Yeah, and it really seems, Salito, like Florida State's winning the majority of the faceoffs, but they've had so many turnovers on the ensuing play that it really hasn't done them much good.
You're right. Virginia Tech taking the ball down to their offensive side now.
Yeah, again, Florida State is man down. So that's not really a place where you want to push the pace of play and try and get a shot on goal. You really just want to kill the penalty, and Florida State once again tries to force a pass into their offensive end when they're down a man. Hokies come up with a loose ball and then they turn it over. Ball still on the ground, and Virginia Tech comes out of that scrum with the ball. Good up into the middle, nice feed across. A little split dodge that does not the Florida State defenseman. And once again, we're going to have a flag down on the Florida State defense.
Now for Virginia Tech, number 24, Chris Hamilton.
And we'll wait for the official's call.
1 minute.
Number 45, Will Pilkin, with an illegal body check. That'll earn him 1 minute in the penalty box. And Salita, Virginia Tech has been very efficient on their extra man tonight, and that's not really a place where Coach Bill Harkins wanted to put Virginia Tech at this point in the game.
No, it sure wasn't. Virginia Tech is doing a great job of being patient, like what we talked about right before when we came back from the half.
Ball rotates to X, back up to the wing. And I'm not sure exactly what Kevin was looking for there, whether that was a feed across to his playmate Matt Ginelli on the other side, but again, Florida State doing a nice job getting their stick on his hands. Ball sails out of bounds. Turnover to Florida State. And once again, the Florida State defense tries to force a clearing pass up to midfield, which is checked away. Virginia Tech controls. Ball rotates back up top to Mayberry. Big hard shot from Brent Segura from way outside. He was at least 15, 16 yards away from the cage, but the ball had enough juice on it that he was able to beat goalie Tyler Selman, on the shot. And the Hokies go up 16-5. with 5:30 left in the half. He was only about 3 steps inside the top of the box, so that makes that a 16, 17-yard shot, and that had enough mustard on it that it beat Selman.
Yes, that was a great shot by Virginia Tech.
We got a legal procedure on Florida State on the face-off. Hokies control. Ball goes into the long pole in the middle of the field, who makes a great feed down by the crease. But number 42, Joe Rittenhouse, unable to finish.
It was a great save by the goalie, Tyler Selman.
Once again, Florida State will clear the ball. A behind back pass that was probably not the best idea. That ends in a turnover. And on the fast break opportunity, Matt Gianelli, a name we've called a lot this evening.
Yes, sure
Salida has what we believe unofficially his 5th goal of the game, putting the Hokies up 17-5. And that certainly makes Matt Gianelli a lead candidate for our Bandshaft Player of the Game. There's a look into the middle again. Gianelli unmarked, kind of snuck in behind the Florida State defense, and easy goal right on the crease.
Yes, that was a great give and go.
Hokies control the face-off. Ball going in the middle of the field. Checked away by the Florida State D. Picked up by number 18 and cleared. That's Jay Grayson, a freshman from Tallahassee, Florida, Childs High School. And Florida State now, hopefully with a little bit of sense of urgency, will try and force the issue here. See if they might be able to add a couple tallies on their end of the ledger. Florida State has a timeout with 4:12 left in the 4th quarter. You're watching live lacrosse on Lax TV, and we'll be right back after these words.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here come the Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Bojano into the cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer sends it up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ponte Vedra High School in Ponte Vedra, Florida, where Florida State is trailing the visiting Virginia Tech Hokies 17-5 with just a little over 4 minutes left in the 4th period. And Florida State controls the ball, but is called for a warding off, and that will turn the ball over to the Hokies on the wing inside their own defensive area. The Hokie midfielder easily runs the ball across midfield to clear it. And Virginia Tech will start their offense from behind. And once again, folks, I've said it a lot, there's a flag down on the far side of the field, and we're going to see a Florida State penalty come out of play. There's a shot. Florida State makes a save. And with gaining possession, that will stop the slow whistle. We're going to have an offside call on Florida State. We man down once again for 30 seconds. And Salida, if Coach Harkins has anything to talk to his kids about, I think it's going to have to be their careless penalties that they've been taking in the course of this game, and it's an awful tough row to hoe when you play man down as much as the Seminoles have tonight.
Yes, I agree. I really think that if they would have not gotten those penalties, they wouldn't be this far behind. It really affected their play in this game.
And Virginia Tech will bring the ball in from the right top portion of the box. Shot from top.
Bounced right off the pipe.
Hit the pipe. Recovered by Virginia Tech. They maintain possession. I thought for a second that ball was in the goal. I completely lost track of it and wasn't sure where it was. There's a good hard shot by number 22, Kevin Hayden, that dings off the pipe and goes behind. Virginia Tech maintains possession on the restart. Hayden again with a shot, again off the pipe. I believe we've had 3 pipes in this one possession for Virginia Tech.
Very aggressive play by Florida State's defense right now.
Florida State doesn't have a whole lot of choice but to really overly aggressively play. There's a shot from out top by Davis Mayberry that beats the Florida State goalie off stick side high, and that ups the Hokies lead 18-5 with just over 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
18-5.
And the Hokies are really pouring it on the Seminoles here, Sleet. They really don't seem very interested in calling the dogs off very much. This is a long and not necessarily completely friendly rivalry between these two teams, and there may be a little payback in this somewhere along the line by the Hokies. Florida State controls the face-off, and they'll see if they can get another couple scores on the board before the end of the game. There's a pass from up top to behind that misses its mark and is a turnover. Ball will be cleared by Virginia Tech. And I believe we have a new goalie in the nets for the Hokies. Number 24, Chris Patterson, sophomore from Corning, New York. Hokies clear ball, but it's turned over to the Seminoles. Ball's across midfield, cleared successfully by Florida State. Moves the ball into their attack area. Again, to be a real sense of urgency here for the Seminoles. They're not going to come back to win this game, folks. Let's be realistic. They're down 13 with a minute 24 left, but they sure would like to hang a couple more goals on the board. There's a great save by our new goalie. And a nice outlet pass that clears the ball for the Hokies. The Hokies were called for an interference on that play, and the ball goes back over to Florida State. Just over a minute to play. Virginia Tech leading 18-5.
1 minute play in the period. 1 minute.
The feed across the crease. Nobody there, but picked up by Florida State. Again, a loose ball in the crease, covered by the goalie. Again, it's number 24, Chris Patterson, who outlets it. Ball goes wide, though, and there's a nice loose ball play at Florida State and a finish by Jeremy Kubrick. Number 4, a freshman attackman from Newport Richey, Florida, River Ridge High School. He's a social sciences major.
Florida State goal scored by number 4, Jeremy Kubrick.
And that gets Florida State back on the board for maybe a little morale building goal there with 41 seconds left in the game. Officials take both face-off men up. It's a legal procedure on Florida State. Hokies key the ball up. Oh, nice feed to the crease. An attempted backhand by Joe Rittenhouse goes wide. No Hokie attacker behind the goal. So over to Florida State, who will attempt to clear. And they've got Seminoles have an overload on the far side, which they see, make the pass. Cleared easily over midfield. There's a long pole taking a shot. Sails high over the goal. But this time Florida State did have the shot up, and they'll maintain possession.
Only about 10 seconds left in the game. See if Florida State can put another point up on the board.
It's a feed into the crease and a shot just wide, and that'll end the game, folks. With the final score here at Ponte Vedra High School, Virginia Tech 18, Florida State 6. You're watching live lacrosse on Lax TV, and we'll be right back with the Head Wraps Wrap-Up Show.
The Pontevedra Sharks hosting the Bulldogs. Come right up.
Harris makes 2-3 moves, scores! Here comes Ducks. San Jose finds the back of the net. Bryant inside to Yealy. This is going to be a goal for Yealy. Jono into the middle to cross. Bounce. Score! Sean Beer. Sent up top. Left-handed shot by Vasilevsky.
Welcome back to the Head Wraps Wrap-Up Show here at Pontevedra High School just outside Jacksonville, Florida, where our final score was Virginia Tech 18, Florida State Seminoles 6. And impressive showing, Salita, by the Virginia Tech Hokies. A little bit more lopsided a game certainly than we were expecting, but Florida State did not do themselves any favors with their penalty situation this evening. No,
you're definitely right on that one. There, as many penalties as they had, if they wouldn't have had them, they would have had a lot more chances to get that ball in the back of the net. Yeah, they really don't have the official statistic yet, folks, but Florida State spent an awful lot of time man down, and in any college lacrosse game, that's very difficult to come out on top when you spend that much time with at least one fewer guy on the field. They were at one point, in fact, 3 men down, which you don't see very often. Several 1 minute and 2 minute non-release penalties. One for an illegal bot check to the head, and that just makes it awful hard for a team to keep up with the opponent when you're spending that much time man down. Our Bam Shaft player of the game goes to Matt Ginelli for the Hokies, who unofficially we have for 5 goals in this one. Ginelli seemed to be in the right spot pretty much through the entire game, and his teammates were doing a great job finding him, usually nestled on the backside where he was wide open for a shot 2-3 yards away from the goal, where he was able to finish consistently and again ended with 5 goals. So Matt Ginelli, our Bam Shaft player of the game, here at Pontevedra High School in our first of a twilight doubleheader, if you will. Virginia Tech coming out on top of Florida State 18-6. And stay tuned, folks. We've got a real nice local high school game coming up between the hometown home field Pontevedra Sharks taking on the Bola School from just across town on the north side of Jacksonville. Not quite the kind of story rivalry game we were looking for, Salita. I'm afraid the Florida State team really was pretty outclassed tonight by Virginia Tech, and